tell you what we do, right? Every 28 days, we have a couples review, right? Oh,
shit! If you're with a guy that is not suiting you, move, honey. Hey homie, welcome back to my channel. How you doing? What's happening? My name is Omi or DK and this is Talk to Your Homie TV. My darling, I love to give very sweet and juicy gist and I like to bring matter that is trending on top of our table and we discuss it. Have you guys heard about this blue therapy thing? It's a show on YouTube where two couples really talk about their relationship with a therapist. And my darling, hey, it's mad though. I want to first apologize for not entering this matter a long time ago. But I have just been holding myself that, okay, Omi, wait, someone should talk about it. So I've not seen anybody talk about it. I'm like, talk about it, man, because a lot of girls will learn a lot of things from this show. The couple in particular about that CHIOMA and Paul, OMG. You and I will watch it together. If you don't watch the show, just come closer, eh? I will watch and I will talk. So just get used to it, yeah? Let's go, because we will learn a lot. All these guys trying to confuse us. Let's start watching this one.
Myself and my boyfriend have been going through a lot lately. This is the last leg for us. We're really hanging in our relationship. I've seen an opportunity for a social experiment and I think that it's best we both come here and get some help.
You make me wanna melt. I've been with my partner for 3 years now. Just like everyone else, we've had our ups and downs, you know, things happen. But coming to therapy with a camera for some social experiment, that's just, it's a red flag, to be fair. And now, like, she knows my perspective on this. I prefer we go to a church and we sit down with a pastor in a corner. But, you know, us getting to this extent where we're actually here for a social experiment, it's just, it doesn't make sense. I think it's gonna go south, like, I'm 90% sure, but at the end of the day, I'll just say, look, I told you so.
With you. Do you see how he kind of compared it? So he would rather go to the church than to have this kind of thing. Listen, because I mean, let's be real though, the camera is on, so everybody, no matter how you're very original, no matter how, I believe that it's just a tough thing to be original and talk about your relationship on camera with a therapy and you know that people are going to watch you. It doesn't, do you understand? So I understand, like, do you want to sort this thing out or what do we want to do? You get me? But let's continue. Let's fast forward all this thing.
Hi Denise. Come in, sit down. Hello Paul. How is the traffic? Terrible. Oh, but we're here. Oh. We made it.
My name's Denise and I'm your therapist today.
Have you ever been to therapy before? Never. We've never been. I did go online. I read how important it is about, you know, having premarital therapy, counselling, and I do believe myself and Paul are in dire need of some help. I wouldn't say we've deteriorated to a point of no return, but at the end of the day, we're progressing in our relationship, and I'm not entirely.
Wait, can you see how Paul is already squeezing his face? He's already squeezing his face, like he's already red. He's already God.
Happy.
Okay, so Paul, thank you for joining us. Have you got any idea of what expectations you are looking to get out of this therapy session?
I have no idea. I'm curious to find out.
Okay, that's great. Well, it's great that you're here. So, shall we start?
So, of course, this isn't my first time on camera. I'm very comfortable in front of the camera. I understand Paul isn't. I didn't bring him here to embarrass him, though. This is kind of like shock therapy. It might shock him into kind of seeing that we need help, that we've actually got problems within our relationship.
I'm going to ask CHIOMA to just start us off. What would you like to start off with?
I love you. You do know that, right? And I feel as though we've got different views of life. So to me, Paul is very image. He puts too much emphasis on how people perceive us as a couple, how he's perceived as an individual and how I'm perceived as an individual. Currently in our relationship, we're doing a lot of patching instead of really like fixing the issues.
Okay, Paul, do you feel the same way?
I'm literally blown away. Like, I haven't even heard this before. Do you want to give more context to what you're actually saying? Because I'm a tiny bit...
Okay. Paul, for example, has a lot of friends. He has affluent friends. He feels like he has to fit in, which he might fit in as friendship, but when it comes to finances, he doesn't necessarily fit in. So if we're looking at percentage-wise, and when they go out and what they spend, they can afford it. We can't. But Paul will do it anyway. And then he'll spend the next week or two chasing the bag he's blown, which now leaves me in a deficit of love. So there's neglect going on in our household.
Alright, so we literally just got here, like, we haven't been here for 5 minutes. Choma's talking about finance to the bloody Denise, someone that we don't even know. Now, first of all, there is no man that's out there with multiple accounts, crypto accounts, high interest accounts, that's gonna sit down and show his girl his balance. So she doesn't even know the financial situation first.
So hang on, let me just let Paul...
Wait, let's wait. Chioma just came and just gave a download. I know guys like that. I believe that guys like that are guys that they did not start up like wealthy. They were broke when they were starting up. They were literally broke, and then they have built themselves to the point where they can now, like, they are now in the room with the guys that they've already looked up to. Of course, and I understand the mentality. People like that have the mentality where, you know what, I need to be in this room. For me to be a success, I need to be in this room. I want to hang out with the president's sons and daughters. So they'll take on whatever form they need to take on to just fit into that place, yeah. And no matter what it costs them. But I don't even think it's a smart thing to do. But that's me, Sha. But I understand. In fact, I've almost dated somebody like that. So I totally understand, right? But let's listen.
Speak regarding the image and the going out and the, you know, chasing the bag, as CHIOMA just said.
You know what's interesting? I actually think she's right. But let me break it down for you. I'm happy and I'm humble enough to be the brokest man in a room full of millionaires. Do you know why?
Okay.
Do you know who would have the most to benefit in that type of situation?
You.
So that's practically how I've been able to exponentially grow my income, basically.
He's taken the whole fake it till you make it to another extent, because at the end of the day, I'm not naive to know that you are treated how you're perceived. However, be yourself. With the whole spending above your means, should I say, yes, we can afford it. I'm not saying we can't, because he's the first person to speak about finances, and we need to save, and we need to do this, and we need to do that. But as much as, yeah, I purchase nice things, Paul does a lot of the spending. And in the past, we've had situations where he's invested and there's been no returns. So I don't feel like I need to suffer at the expense of his investing and putting himself in positions to get deals when not all the time it works out. And we're together. Do you know what I mean? We're in a relationship. We're not business partners.
See, this thing is relax. To me, this thing is very dicey. Why is it dicey? First of all, yeah, I agree. It's the guy that, in fact, it's the person who is the brokest person in the room that would benefit, yeah. But that's not the only way to succeed. You get? That's not the only way to succeed. And I believe that it would get to hurt you at some point, because they don't hang out. The people who you want to hang out with, the rich and mighty, they don't hang out in where regular people hang out. They hang out in top places. Yeah, agreed. It opens you up to opportunities. It opens you up to, I mean, you don't even know who you're going to meet, but it is also going to give you pressure, do you understand, on yourself. Yeah, right. I rather come there like with something to offer you than coming to that space and acting like your friend and acting like my life is perfect and we're guys, and then I'm broke, I'm running, I'm hustling very hard to just hang out with you. No, I really rather offer you a service and be so good at my job, you get me, that you will want to always have me. So let's say I'm your PR person, I will be there with you. I'll meet other people that can do PR businesses for. Do you understand? You're paying me good money. I'm good at my job, as compared to, I'm not a PR person. I'm just hanging out with the president's daughter. I'm meeting them, but I need, because I don't know how you do it, yeah, but like, you have to be the president's daughter's friend and hang out there and kind of take shit sometimes, because so the line is blurred up. I'm not gonna lie, but I can see where he's coming from. I can see where she's coming from as well. But let's continue. And I'm not trying to be, I am never going to be sexist at all. We are trying to understand and reason as mature people. Disclaimer. Let's listen.
So I'm suffering for nothing.
Do you feel that it's an equal situation?
She just said she's suffering for nothing. Fuck. So am I nothing?
That's not what I said. It's like your comprehension. This is why we're here, because anytime I bring up at home, he dismisses it.
Really?
Okay, you're not comprehending what I'm saying.
Okay.
I've literally just explained it.
Yeah. Okay, look.
Out of everything I said, you got that bit. Like, Paul's, he takes what he wants to take, he hears what he wants to hear, and he sees what he wants to see.
I'm not dismissing it right now, right? We're having a conversation.
Okay.
You know, I don't know you from anywhere, but you're here. Let's have the conversation, right? So when we first started dating, she was happy with, you know, the drive, the ambition, you know, me taking, you know, calculated risk here and there and gaining rewards. She's the first person to come and, you know, say, oh, congratulations, babe, let's celebrate together. But then I've actually kept the same energy, and now it seems like she doesn't really have the same energy. So who is the person that's falling off?
Okay, so in other words, I'm a hater.
Well,
You're not a hater. You should just state what you don't want early. That's the biggest lesson anybody can learn in a relationship. State what you don't want early. The moment you see a sign that you're not comfortable with, state it. I don't like the way you're moving this way. Do you get me? As ladies, and even as human beings, you cannot talk from both sides of your mouth. You cannot be enjoying that it's taking you to all those expensive places and nice places, yeah, but then you're now also coming to complain maybe years later. No, those are the things that he risked, yeah, to put you there. Do you understand? Like, take for example, I once dated a guy who would borrow money to just live the life. Where he was living, he would borrow money, take loan, and get that house. And I'm looking at you like, oh my, this estate is so, the estate was good, dope estate. His idea was that when he gets to the estate, which obviously that's how he is, when he gets there, he will meet of course, people that are there must be wealthy. Do you understand? So he will meet them and he will relate with them and they will become friends and think, but then your salary is dying. You're borrowing money for everything. Borrowing money for rent, borrowing money to buy your dope TV, borrowing money to buy your phone. What is wrong with you? Do you get me? So me, I would tell you early, like, why are you borrowing money? I've worked in a loan company before. They're assigned to this thing, and but he's arguing. I'm like, I'm not comfortable with it. As a lady and as a guy, once you see a sign, we'll let the person know early. I don't like this thing. Early. And if the person does not listen to you, then maybe that's like, okay, so I can leave if you're not going to listen to me. You get me? But don't come and be okay with it at the beginning. All of a sudden, you now want to now. No, you get me? You're not a hater, but you do not tell him this thing at the beginning. So where's all this coming from? Do you get me? Let's continue.
Because I still celebrate your wins.
no, that's true, but the only thing is, let me give you an example, right? So literally, I have access to a good number of private members clubs. This is through the clients of mine. I train high net worth individuals, you know, celebrities, you name it. Now, with these membership clubs, obviously it's not everyone that's, you know, invited. And I feel like that kind of affects CHIOMA, whereas before, if we were going to, like, you know, like a normal type of, average, maybe not average Joe, but, you know, the usual, then I'll kind of be, oh, babe, you know, come along. But when I'm actually, you know, grafting and chasing the bag, as she said, I don't really feel like she needs to be present, and she actually doesn't have an invite anyway, so...
Okay, that's not what I'm not upset that I'm unable to come to the events that you go to and to the gambling places, because it's gambling, if you ask me. It's casino, isn't it? So the clubs you guys are going to and the money you're spending, some of it is gambling, all right? Because everything he likes to say is constructive. Clubbing is not constructive. It's not beneficial to our relationship or to him. Even places like that, he places too much emphasis on how they look at him. So you're out here doing the most, buying so many bottles, paying 10K for tables, and it doesn't make sense. And I'm at home being neglected. When he comes home, he goes back to work. So my point is, you're putting too much emphasis on the way they see you. Why is that? You're supposed to be impressing me, not them.
So the type of people that I deal with, they're on another level, to be fair. They're high net worth and they work really hard for themselves. Now, for me to be able to kind of be that act of service for them, you can imagine how hard I have to work. If they're calling you, you need to answer. If they're sending you a message, whether it's a text or WhatsApp, listen, you need to be on point. I'm able to give them that service.
Man, I feel like the problem comes when you date somebody and you want to change the person. If the person shows you this is how they are from the beginning, it's good to spend the money. It's good to live like you have the money. But like, honey, what do you want?
Just for the record, how would you like him to change?
At the end of the day, I like his drive, and that's kind of why we're together. My point is, there needs to be a balance. I'm happy for you to grind. I'm happy for you to do all the things you do. But again, we're in a relationship. The problem with you is you think we're business partners. We're not. I need love as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got a business, I work, but I still feed you, I still love on you, but I don't get, it's not reciprocated.
Right, so hang on, Paul, do you feel that you're giving as good as you get in the love stakes?
Well, to be fair, I thought I did, but now I'm thinking to myself, like, does she trust, do you trust me?
What?
Yes or no?
I do trust you.
Okay. If you trust me and you trust my judgment and you know that between the both of us, we both got ourselves to the position where we are, which is a better position than we were in, why would you not continue to trust the process?
Because you've eradicated the whole love aspect of our relationship. I'm a woman. I'm not wood. Do you understand? Like, I've got heart.
Now, this is the problem that I have with women, right? Like, for example, with CHIOMA and I, when we first started, she knows I'm hardworking. I was doing X, Y, Z, what I had to do, okay?
Yeah.
Everything was fine. She was happy I've got a hardworking guy. Okay, hug, kiss. Okay, cool. Nowadays, when I'm coming back late, the same person's complaining, asking me where am I coming from, and I'm thinking, what? Fair enough, I don't work overtime and I'm doing other things on a different level, but I'm the same person. So why would you question it?
Can I just ask?
See, ladies, the biggest lesson that we can learn as ladies, you get me, is to listen to the guy and know the kind of person that you're dating and that you're with. That's like the first thing I believe. Let's talk about drive. I have drive. Like, I have huge drive. If I want to do something, I can stay up. I stay up at night a lot of times working, editing. I'm tired, but I have drive. I want to grow. You get me? Now, if I have that kind of drive, I need my man to be aware that this is who you're getting married to. This is who I am. Do you get me? This is the reality, because dating and living with the person are two different things. Once you start to live with the person, you realize that, man, for real, this girl does not sleep at night, though. She's literally working. But you need to understand who you're with. And I think that it's unfair to meet somebody who has all that drive to succeed and to, you get me, and then expect the person to just cool down and calm down because you are there. No, I don't think it's right. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's right at all. You get me? Like, this is who you met him to be. You feel me? But let's continue though.
What's the last loving thing you did for
Denise?
Yeah, Denise.
Look, we're not going to play the whole turn each other against each other. When's the last time you bought flowers? Look, forget about all of that.
Paul, this is therapy. This is therapy. If you do not want the therapist to come into, why are you sitting down here? Allow her to do her job. This is therapy, really. Like, are you the therapist or the boyfriend like, what's up with you?
Let's get down to what it is now. Just to briefly go over this, right? As far as I understand, you've been called, or employed rather, to basically help us in our relationship to get better, right? Okay. So, how do you think you're doing so far?
Okay.
What?
Don't be rude.
No, it's a genuine question.
What kind of what? Hey, this I told you guys that this Paul and CHIOMA's own is the sweetest part. Listen.
That's uncalled for.
It's a genuine question.
Okay, I can answer that, CHIOMA, don't worry. The fact is that I'm here to enable you to see through the fog that may be there at the moment. I'm not here to give you an answer. I'm just helping you discover what's going on.
Okay. What's your success rate in terms of like couples that have been to your therapy sessions and have gone on to get married?
Well, I think you've already done your research.
I did research and I found out that a lot of people gave you good reviews. A lot of them have actually gone on to get married. A lot of them have resolved their situation. Be open-minded. I feel like people get results.
Do you know let me tell you what's funny. Let me not even lie to you, When I was watching this show all by myself, I was seeing a lot of things that were wrong with Paul. But I don't know. It's like once the camera is on and I'm literally talking, I'm thinking as I'm talking, so as I'm reacting it now, as I'm recording this now, it's the truth. if I was going to go to a therapist, you get me, to talk about my relationship or my marriage and thing, I really want to be sure that you have record, and it's not a lot of people. You want to come out with, okay, you know what, man, if I have this thing, 80% of my, clients get married, 80% of them, or you get me, like, we need to be sure of the numbers. And I think the problem is maybe CHIOMA should have told Paul before they got here, like, man, this is the lady who I'm going to go and meet. This is her success rate. He should have seen this thing. You get me? Before, dragging him to this place. I'm not going to lie. I'm just getting a spade, really. Let's continue.
From you, if they're open-minded.
Babe, she didn't answer the question. What's your success rate? I need percentages. I deal with figures.
I'm afraid I don't work in figures. I work in people.
You get me?
And when people come back, it's because they're seeing results. So as far as I'm concerned, things are working.
So if we came back to
Enough
your
of
session,
that, because
that means it's working.
Well, you sign up for a certain number of sessions, and then we discuss whether you need to do.
So there's more than one.
He's being very rude, and I really don't understand why. She's just doing her job. I'm quite happy with the service we're getting so far, so I don't know why he needs to calm down a little bit, because I'm getting irritated at this point. You're being very dismissive.
No.
At the end of the day, Paul is making me feel less than. Okay? He's very judgmental with the whole image thing. So if I don't do what he does, then there's a problem. One thing I'm not going to continue to do is be with a man. Not saying that I want to leave this relationship, but I can't continue to be in a relationship with someone who makes me feel less than, or makes me feel like I'm in the wrong every single time.
Babe, okay. If we're both kind of in line in terms of our goals and our visions, then I would assume that we'd both basically be on the same page. Is that wrong, Denise?
No, it's good when couples are on the same page, but are you on the same page?
That's a good question.
Are you ask her?
I'm asking both of you, do you think you're on the same
I
page?
feel as though we are on the same page with certain things, but again, as much as Paul says I like to nag, he has a lot of issues with things that I do.
I hate it when guys say that ladies nag. I don't like it. I think that you say a girl nags when you're not listening to the girl. Like, so I don't know. Maybe sometimes if I want to talk to, my man, I change my, I see. If I say one thing, he doesn't understand, I'll say, okay, Omi. I literally will talk to myself, okay, Omi, you know what? Okay, try and say it this way, break it down this way. Okay, start from the beginning. Sometimes I know that I'm talking too much, but I've said the shorter version. You're not listening. You don't understand. Let me try the longer version. Do you get? So then it might look like, okay, this girl nags, but we're not nagging. We're trying to get your attention and tell you what it is that is troubling us. Obviously, right now, CHIOMA is in a very logical relationship, but she's looking for emotions. Ain't no emotions out here. This man talking numbers, literally. You get me? And there are different kind of guys. If you're with a guy that is not suiting you, move, honey. I'm being real. Move and find a guy that's suiting you. But don't spend 5 years with a guy that's not suiting you, and then you're complaining, you're sad, you're not happy. What do you want? Bruh.
So Paul, just give me a little bit of your background. What business are you in?
Yes.
Yeah, answer the question, babe.
So what does my business have to do with the relationship? Just asking.
I just wondered, whether that was influencing the way that you deal with life. Sorry?
I'm a provider.
Oh my
What is it
gosh.
that you do? I don't understand. Just
Well, I don't see how this is going to help our relationship in the long term. This is the problem that I have, right? Look,
No, Paul is closed-minded. He's closed-minded. In his mind, this thing is useless, he's aimless, he's obviously closed-minded. I mean, obviously.
this Denise lady, I just feel like she's just asking lots of intrusive questions that doesn't really relate to the situation at hand. She's asking me, what do I do? Like, I make money, that's what I do. Like, it's a silly question. What do you want from me? Do you understand? You're here for a certain purpose to help with the relationship. Do that. If you can't do that, then you're not of use for me.
How can she do that when you don't want to help her do that, Paul? You make money is not what you do. What do you do that brings you money? Imagine you make money. What do you do that brings you money? Do you understand? What do you do that brings you money? Honey,
Whole point is she's here, right? And I got her here. We've been together for 3 years.
You got me here.
No, well, not here
Okay.
specifically, but I mean, you know, in terms of the journey, we've been together for a long time. I've managed to sustain our relationship financially, if that's the question you're asking.
No, I wasn't. I was simply wondering what motivated you and how you work together.
Without telling you too much, I literally work with high net worth individuals, influencers, celebrities, you name it, provide them with basically nutrition as well as fitness. I also run an IT business, which, you know, I work with potentially, well, really influencers, brands, yeah, more of the upscale basically.
So you're a very busy man.
I am.
Even if there's nothing to do, Paul will tell his friends I've just done some. No, you haven't. Like, chill, relax. Like, you're not busy 24/7. Even the busiest person has time, Paul.
And do you do anything together? Any, you know, hobbies that you do together?
Aside from on our laptops in the same room, maybe. When we started dating, we used to like the same music. He was more fun. Now I don't even know who's sitting next to me, to be honest.
And how do you feel?
I think that's BS.
It's BS.
Yay! If you are in a relationship with a guy, from the moment you notice something new, different, that you're not comfortable with, let the guy know. Then let him know, so that when I'm like, I've had enough, I need to move. Because, you know, some guys, even if you tell them, this is my issue with you, this is my issue with you, this is my issue with you, they still will not act like, until you say, boom, I want to leave. Oh, really? No, now why can't we solve it? Solve what? I've been telling you since. So that's what I believe, right? I mean, look at it. I mean, the story has changed now. Listen. So at the beginning, he was cool, he was calm. They used to listen to music together. They used to have good things that they had similarities, you know, which they could, you know, lounge over. But all of a sudden now, the only time they are connected together is when they're in the same room with their laptops. That's mad. And the fact that she's saying this and he's calling it BS is even madder. Like, how you say that BS? She's telling you what? Like, she's telling you, hey, this girl, bruh.
Music. I'm a Burna Boy fan. You used to be, but now
I still like Burna Boy.
Wizkid. Like, that doesn't make sense. If you like something, just stick to, you know.
First of all, you've changed, babe. You didn't like what you liked 5 years ago. I know that because of the food. Simply the food that you eat. Okay? So people change. I still like Burna Boy, but I prefer Wizkid. It doesn't mean that it has to be your way. This is a problem with you. Like, if it's not your way, it's the highway.
No, this is the problem with you. You don't keep the same energy. Do you understand? When we first started dating, you know what type of energy I was on. Do you understand? You know the frequency that I was taking us to.
Okay, answer the question she asked us.
Same
What
thing
do we
I've been
do
saying.
together aside from work that is meaningful? Is that what you said?
Let me tell you what we do, right? Every 28 days, we have a couples review, right?
Oh,
Shit! No, it's good though. I mean, wait, calm down. I haven't heard of this before, Shara. Every 28 days, we have a couples review. But it's more businessy. It feels like appraisal, like MPR, like monthly performance review. Paul is out here being a chief executive officer of his relationship. He's working in that relationship, man. No, because I'm not gonna lie, it's healthy. Obviously, it's healthy to, you know, sit back and access things. Of course, it's healthy. I just don't think it has to be on every 28 days. I feel like the moment I notice it, I tell you, man, I don't know what's happening with you, man, but what's up with you? You get me? But like, not like every 28 days. So we know that we know the date. Okay, tomorrow is the date. I'm going to now. Do they do PowerPoint presentation? Do they have to wear skirt suits and suits? Hey, this girl is dating. She's not dating, man. She's at work. I swear she's at work in this house.
Couples review works is we basically, you know, go over our individual and collective plans, goals, targets, and we kind of, you know, make like a checkbox type of situation, and we mark stuff off, help each other out with whatever it is that we need help with, and it's worked basically in our relationship.
it hasn't worked. So as we said before,
Bruh, what? So it's not even. See, this guy is not. He's not in tune with his emotional side. All he's just he's just do you hear when he said, what do you do? I'm a provider. That's literally what he does. He just makes money. He believes that if I have a house and there's money there and I'm comfortable there, they were good. I actually did a story time about my one relationship I had that taught me not to allow money be the only deciding factor when I date somebody. I had somebody like that, and I realized that that was wrong. You get me? I'll link that video. I'll put the link to that video down below. You need to go and watch that video, please. The story I gave you from beginning to end. At the beginning, they will look perfect, but like the more you date, the more you now be seeing that what's happening here. Imagine your review is now your goals, personal goals, individual goals. Have we achieved it? What about love and dates, and how do you compliment me? And just, do you even see me? Do you see me? I look fine today. Did you even notice? What is, guys, that you gotta make your hair? You gotta make your hair. Oh god, this is just bringing out a lot of things in my belly. I'm telling you, you literally look fine. You've made your hair and thing, and the guy did not notice it. Jack.
In this checkup, are you both, as they say, on the same page?
We're on the same page as we've been. We're always on the same page, because all Paul cares about is if our finances have grown, if our savings has grown. Aside from that, if we're still arguing, nothing changes. Do you understand? If it's the point that I'm cleaning up the whole damn house, as well as having a 9-to-5 and a business, nothing's changed. He doesn't have an input in personal stuff. It's just about work. So if it's about working, then I understand, the review works.
So tell me, Paul, before you got involved with CHIOMA, how did you run your household?
Well, obviously, everything was self-sustainable, self-managed. However, at the end of the day, I think the question that you should be asking CHIOMA is, if she is getting into a relationship with a person like myself, I don't want to say bringing to the table, but...
What am I bringing to the table?
I'm not saying that you don't.
This table conversation. Wait, chill. Paul is a businessman, and CHIOMA is a businesswoman. She has a business, but she also has a 9-to-5, and she still does the womanly duties in the house. She cleans the house. You get me? I'm trying to get to the point where they say they live together, because I want to just state my own take on that. Already. I'll just hold on to when they say it. But this bringing to the table thing. Oh yeah, CHIOMA, what are you bringing to the table? Let's listen. What's she bringing to the table?
Bring anything to the table. I'm saying you need to let her know that there's certain things that are expected when she's receiving, a certain frequency.
Okay, so first of all, I contribute to the bills. I'm doing my own. I take care of myself. Of course, he buys me things, but I'm going out to shop for myself. I'm also taking care of the home and him. Yeah, he might do most of the finance, but I'm bringing a lot to your life, and without me, you will be in deficit. You'll be lacking some things, okay?
Let's not get confused. I work, okay? Paul does not finance me completely. Does that make sense? Yes, he earns significantly more than I do, but he doesn't finance me, all right? So if you're talking about me becoming a housewife, clearly, because you're talking about finances and me bringing something to the table, what's wrong with being a housewife? Was that the plan we had when we first met?
It's a genuine question.
I don't want to be a housewife. There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't want to be a housewife. I have a choice. Does that make sense? If I wanted to be a housewife, I would have become a housewife. That's what you keep pushing for me to do. That's not what I want to do, babe. Okay?
Denise.
He used to clean his own house and change his sheets and cook for himself. We just moved in together 6 months ago, and all of a sudden that has now become my duty and mine alone.
We're here. Let's talk about it. They moved in together 6 months ago. I don't believe in moving in with your boyfriend. I will not approve it. I don't care how funky and fancy the world has turned out to be. I believe in going to spend some time in your man's house. I'm not gonna lie, I do, because why? You get to see some things that you didn't even know existed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, before I got married, when I was dating my husband, and I come to Abuja and I spend like a month or something, I see some things that I'm like, okay, man, what's up, man? And I will let you know, bruh. So I believe in spending like maybe even if it's a week, weekends, maybe like 2 weeks, go from his house, go to work, come back, so you know him. Yeah, but I don't believe in moving into a guy's house before you're married, because I see, I'm from Nigeria and Africa. I'm going to tell you how I say it. I think like there is a level of there's some responsibility that in the African culture and context has become or is the feminine responsibility. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. There's some. Now, if you have a good man who is your friend, hopefully, amen, you can let him know that, man, baby, help me out with this. This is a lot. Especially if I have a business. Baby, I'm trying to work. I'm trying to, I slept by 4 a.m. Please, just help me. You can, but like once you get married to a man, there are some responsibilities that is now the woman's responsibility. I'm hungry, man. And even before you got married to the man was doing it by himself. The man could have been taking care of himself before he got married to you, but once he gets married to you, he kind of just expects that you are now, like, the womanly touch is now there. Do you understand? Yeah. So if you're not married to a man and you're moving into the man's house, I believe there's a problem. And the problem now will now hit you in the ass when he expects you to do things that you cannot now do because you're not married to him yet. See, for all you know, that relationship can break. For all you know, you might not marry him at the end of the day. I believe that. Wait, hold on. This is my own belief. Hold on to the wifely duties until you are a wife. Don't go and kill yourself for somebody who's not going to marry you. That's what I believe. And you can argue all you want, but that's what I believe. Once, of course, if I go and see him, my boyfriend, in a week or something, I can be nice and do some things that I will do. I have no problem doing. I'm not like, I remember I had a conversation with a girl. Then I wasn't married, she wasn't married as well. She was telling me about how, that she has this boyfriend, how she understands every guy. The girl knows every guy's mind and what a guy takes, or what you need to do as a girl for the guy to take it seriously. Okay, fine, I get it. Then we got into the talk of washing. She was like, no, that the guy can never know that she uses washing machine to wash. I'm like, why? She was like, no, never. That how will he take her seriously now? No, that she will wash with her hands. I'm looking like, you're starting something that, because when you're in the guy's house, you wash with your hands, but when you're not in the guy's house, you use washing machine, you use your laundry service. So when you're not married, the guy, like, won't the real you show? Can you keep up? So you get, so when you're in the guy's house, do what normally you're comfortable doing. So my own advice is, once in a while, go and see the person, see how they behave, but do not, while you move in. I'm in Nigeria, I'm African, I don't think it's smart, but let's continue listening.
Bearing in mind, both of us are busy.
Now, with myself, I'm an earner. Do you understand? I will go out and I will come back and I'm bringing the bacon for real. Do you understand? If that's the case, and I'm able to provide for the both of us and kids in the future, from now, why would she stress herself being out, trying to earn the same thing that I already have? Sit down. Let's figure out something. I want to come home with a check and say, babe, how should we invest this?
And now, it just feels like, are they having conversations with each other? Because it's not, if that's what you want to do as a woman, that's not bad, yeah? But if that's not what you want to do as a woman, and the man expects you to just suddenly do that because he's making the money, like, see, I don't know. And I see, that's why I think therapy is needed sometimes. Because sometimes she's saying one thing, he said, obviously this is what he wants. Obviously he wants a housewife. Whether she knows or she doesn't, I hope she knows already, because that's what he wants. He wants someone that will be there at home, chilling, and he's getting all the money. She's probably cooking and cleaning and taking care of the children, which is not bad if that's what you want to do as a woman. Do you understand? Yeah, so obviously they're not on the same page. Like I said, ladies, once you see what you are not comfortable with, say it out. And that's why I have to give CHIOMA credit, because she brought them there. So either way, she has been seeing this thing happening in their relationship, and maybe she has been trying to tell him, but he's not listening, like he's not listening now. And so she said, you know what, let's go to a therapy. Do you understand? Or therapist, rather. Let's continue.
Did you notice that things had changed once CHIOMA moved in?
In terms of how I behave?
You became lazy.
No.
You became lazy.
Let's not be toxic, babe. Look, this is what it is, right? How can I put this? If let's say last client finished by like 9:30. So, okay, whereabouts am I? The Bulgari, Knightsbridge, right? 10 minutes from home. So, CHIOMA works in the city, 20 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes from home.
Because 10 minutes is important.
She gets home, she finishes at 5 roughly, and she's home roughly, maybe not 5:30, traffic or that, maybe 6. And I get home 9:30. Don't you have you made a plan? Don't you think it's a bit practical to kind of consider that your partner may be coming home? But wait, this is for you, Denise. Do you think that, you know?
I can understand what you're saying, and there does seem to be a few hours to spare. However,
No, don't do it. Tell her that.
As in, Paul, are you the therapist? No, are you the therapist? Like, let the woman do her job. Which one is? No. Tell her that. Oh, this Paul. I said that they're at work. They're literally at work. This is work for Paul, obviously. Like, and he's so used to being in control and being the head, and he's so used to it that imagine him telling a therapist, no. Hey, you don't see boyfriend. Hey.
I'm not here to tell anyone, just so you understand. I'm here to listen.
You just agreed with what I said.
No, it's not a case of agree. I said I understand. No, but just the way therapy works is you two discuss things, and I'm an intermediary. So I
but
don't.
That's not what's happening. What's happening is, if she comes up with a point, you're quick to say, yeah, cool. What do you think about it? And then when you clearly agree with me on something, you're not asking her the same.
That's my. Is it that I think every man thinks every woman is sexist. That's what I think. I mean, which one is when you come? Well, I've watched this scene for how many minutes? That's obviously not what's happening. But I don't know where you're having a conversation with a man about. Like they just kind of they are sexist. That's why he's thinking that way, because he feels that because she's a woman, she has to. I don't know, man. What do you think?
Question.
Right.
What's going on?
So can I just say, bear with me, the reason that I go to you with a question is because you're not being vocal. CHIOMA is being very vocal. You're being vocal now, but the reason I was bringing everything back to you was because you weren't being vocal. And it's great to hear that now you have got things to say, because that's why we're here, is it not?
What the hell? Like, are you trying to gang up on me on something? I'm paying for your service. You should serve it equally. Do you understand? Like, make it make sense.
That's the end of episode 1 of Blue Therapy. If you enjoyed it, if you want me to do more episodes, please let me know in the comment section. I enjoyed it. I think like we can all learn. I'm learning from it a lot. You get me? I think the biggest takeout is if once you are dating somebody and the moment you begin to see what you don't like, let the person know. The sooner you let the person know, the better for you. Do you understand? And I also believe that it's good to leave early out of anything as a human being and in a relationship. You get me? Like, leave early. Like, if you see that the person is not exactly what you want, because if you don't want to be a housewife and the man is already, he's not even married to you yet, so he's already giving you housewife vibe, that's your cue to leave. Do you understand? So yeah, biggest takeout, let them know exactly at the point where you are noticing something new, and then leave early. Because bruh, these people are already 3 years down the line. She's now 6 months in his house and she's now complaining about every other thing, and he doesn't see it. Because you cannot have been with me for 3 years and there's this huge problem from nowhere. Why? You get me? But then again, maybe she has been telling him, but he's not just listening to her. Like, listen guys, listen to us ladies. When we're telling you our problem, just listen. Please just listen. Like, and not listen to understand. Like, no matter how you think we are nagging, maybe that's the way we know how to express it. We're not nagging. We just have issues with that thing that you're doing. If you stop that thing you're doing, maybe you would hear less nags in the house. You understand? So just listen to us and understand where we're coming from. That's my take, Shabo. Put your mouth in the matter. Be in the comment section, give me your opinion. I had to jump on this. Like, bruh, it has been scratching me in my belly for a while. Yeah, but if you want to see me do more episodes, because it gets even more interesting and crazy, and it gets mad, literally, yeah, like upcoming episodes. If you want to see more, please let me know in the comment section, my darling. But on that note, I'm going to say peace out to you. Don't forget to have a vlog channel, Talk to Your Homie vlog there. Sweet tea goes down there. My birthday was like some days back, and I celebrated it in a very like dope way. I had so much fun on my birthday. I vlogged everything from the beginning till the end. Literally, I was tipsy for the first time in a while, and I was showing my naughty sides at some point, so you would want to watch that. Go and watch that video. I'll put the link to that video down below. And don't forget, I also have a story time about dating somebody that was like Paul. You get me? Yeah, so I'll put the link to that one down below. My darling, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.